Hello and welcome back to a new video. Now today we got a bit of tractor driving, but first we got a few bits of mechanicking to do. Mechanicking. Oh dear. Crikey. I must have either had Weetabix or been mad when I done that up. Well, I don't think I had Weetabix, so I must have been mad. We'll catch up on a bit of TikTok scrolling whilst we're sat here waiting. Well, I think a lot of people call this doom scrolling, and I suppose it is. Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. Now today you join me in something a bit different. We've got some tractor driving to do today. We've got some slurry to move, but before we move some slurry, we've got a few bits to do. Now, one of the jobs I've got to do before I can start moving some slurry, take the door off the back of the dribble bar. This was originally on the back of the tanker, but since spreading some slurry there a couple of weeks ago, we transferred the dribble bar off the back of the tanker to be able to use it for the umbilical. When we was looking for a dribble bar under the grants that come out, we wanted one that we could use for a tanker and the umbilical. Like I say, just in case ground conditions were a bit poor, that we can't get out with the tanker, we can still use a dribble bar, utilise that fully and go out and spread slurry and not make mess in the fields. Now this is really easy and simple to change over. So basically this cylinder here replicates the back of the tanker door. And then obviously with the Mastec, they're designed so they bolt onto the back of the tanker. So same rule applies, just obviously without the tanker in front of this bit here. And yeah, it takes about half hour to change over if you've got all the tools and you're ready to go. And then once we're done with it and we don't want it on the umbilical anymore, we can just simply change it back over, put it back on the tanker again, and you're away to go. Right, let's see what we're dealing with. I don't really remember what I done last time. Right, so upon further inspection, looking at the tanker, now I've come up here, I'm going to change my plan on what I am going to do. Now, because in the next 2 weeks I've got an awful lot of slurry to transfer, when I transfer slurry, I use the same gate as what I would to fill the tanker to empty it. Now, if you can imagine it, if I was to use the same gate to fill and empty on this tanker, and if I was transferring slurry, if I was to use this outlet here where the flat plate is, I wouldn't fully empty the tanker every time I went to go unload. Now, because I'm not going to put the gate over on that left hand side because it's higher up than where it is on the back door, what I'm going to do is stick the gate on the back of the tanker here. Now I've just remembered I was coming down to grab the tractor to get the tanker, so I didn't have so far to carry everything about. And the tractor is currently on the umbilical pump at the minute. Now because we've had such a downpour of rain today, when I sucked out the slurry pit this morning, it's filled back up again with rainwater, so whilst it's still on the tractor, I'll just empty out the rest of this water that's filled up here in the last few hours, get rid of that, and then we'll hitch the tanker up. That's the pump pumping now. I'll just clear out this water, which will only take about 5 minutes, and then we'll grab the tanker. need to do now is rob a little rubber O-ring out of here. Come on, you sock. There you go. Man, I need to move my pipes and we'll be away. Rule number 1 on the farm: if you take tools, put them back. That's what we're doing now. First of all, I need to find them, which I'm actually not sure where they are. So let's go on a hunt. Right, I recall they should. Haha! I see them. That's one. One to go. Oh no, my foot! They never get any lighter. Bloody thing. That'll do. Right, that'll do for today. I'll catch back up with you tomorrow when we're in the tractor and tanker sucking some poo. Lovely. Hello and welcome back. Now, fast forward a day, it's next day. It is also the afternoon again. We had a PD session early this afternoon as well. So I didn't get any footage of that because I was cleaning the sheds out of the cattle that we was PDing. So Bull's now running with a new group of heifers. I'm sure he'll have a lovely, lovely time. But finally, we're going to go move some slurry. We had a rainy day this morning. It's brightened up again. The sun did come out, but the grey clouds have soon rolled back over again. For the minute, it seems to have disappeared. So whilst it's dry, we'll try and move some slurry. Now unfortunately, because we haven't got a track around the outside of the slurry pit yet, I've got quite a long way to reverse. Where is the pipe? Shall we try that? We also PD'd some of the cows. We have a PD session every fortnight just to keep track of what's going on with the herd, any fresh cows that have calved, so post-calf checks and AI checks. Now unfortunately I'm missing my bottom glass, so visibility is a bit restricted, but I have just put the camera onto the back of the tanker, so that'll give me a bit of a rough guide of where I need to be and how far back I need to go. Try that. Pipes on, we're sucking, let's go have a look. Now, using this pipe for this job isn't going to be a permanent thing. I'm hoping that at some point I will organise a either galvanised or stainless steel pipe that will bolt to the side of the walls. That will be a permanent thing then, and then what you'll do is you'll have a gate roughly where those clamps are there. You join in with the same green pipe that I'm using now, and then that will keep you away from the slurry pit with the tanker. And then that means you haven't got to keep lugging pipes in over the walls all the time, and hopefully it should make the job a bit easier. Now, we've worked out that this tank should hold about 70,000 gallons, give or take. Now that should secure me about 2 weeks worth of storage, which is nice. It means I won't be over it all the time emptying it. Right, so that's the first load of slurry sucked up out the new slurry pit. That is history made. What we'll do now is drive through the yard, take this up to the big lagoon, empty it out the back, and we will repeat the process until we think that we have taken enough out. Now, I'll probably do enough to make sure I haven't got to touch it again for at least another week. So that shouldn't take me too long, all being well. Luckily, slurry pit is not too far away that we're taking it to. So, a minute drive through the yard, up the track, and we will be there. Now, this is taking me back to my old days of when I used to do YouTube videos with a suction cup on the windscreen. Back when I was very, very young. Here we are again, doing it again. I do wonder if any of you watching are some of the people who watched my videos back when I was first doing it, back in not sure what year that would have been now, 2016? So, empty. Set the PTO going, set the revs. Away we go. So what we'll see in a minute on the camera is a load of air come outside of the tanker, and then eventually, there we go, there's the air. The volume of slurry coming out the back there will also decrease. And then once it's enough and I'm not taking half a load of slurry back down with me, I'll shut the back door. So if I press my end button, that will cut off my PTO and revs. And what I'll do is I'll shut the back door. The slurry stops coming out. Just like that, we're on for another load. Now, since my last video, we have got around to installing the water troughs in the shed. So we've got one this side, one the other side, and this is giving the cows a lot more drinking space. We've still got two more to go in at the top, so we'll do that in due course. But for now, we'll focus on emptying this. as you might have noticed, the tanker changed noise when it was full. Basically what happens when that process goes on, up the top there where that pipe's going into is a load of balls. When the tanker fills up and the slurry pushes the balls to the top, the balls cut off the vacuum, and that's what the change in noise is. And also lets you know you're full. Right, so I'm going to carry on transferring the slurry. Probably got about another hour's left until I'm happy with the amount I've taken out. So that will do for this video. Now, if you have made it this far in the video, I'd like to say a massive thank you for watching. Now, if you haven't seen my videos before, if you'd be so kind to go and give them a watch. If you have already watched them, thank you very much. If you have made it this far, I'd like to ask, if you haven't already, to give me a like and a subscribe. And until the next video, thank you.